Yeah, it's a beautiful day for a ribbon cutting, right? First of all, I'd like to welcome everyone to the official celebration of the City of Monroe's newest facility, dedicated to the late Phil E. Bazemore. That's right. Mr. Bazemore was a steward to the Monroe community, advocating for programs that enriched the lives of the citizens he served as a council member from 1981 to 2009. What a fitting dedication for a man whose legacy includes a sincere commitment to bettering the lives of others. I think that deserves a round of applause again. This completion of this facility can be attributed to a collaborative approach that included several city departments. Each city department played a critical role in the success of this project. Our project consultant, Stuart Cooper & Newell, and the contractor, Randolph & Sons. Let's give them a round of applause. And he's not going to like this, but specifically our construction project manager, Tommy Helms, in the hat right here. Tommy worked very hard to get this building ready and going. He's been awesome to work with. We appreciate him very much. Their attention to detail is evident, and we are excited for our community to enjoy a facility that incorporates every facet of our department's goals related to senior recreation programming that our department expects. I would also like to thank our Parks and Recreation staff for their hard and diligent work over the past month, put the necessary finishing touches on the building, particularly the Senior Services Division led by Alicia Holland. Where's Alicia? There she is. She's been running around for the past month and she hasn't stopped. Alicia started about 5 months ago, and this was her project as soon as she started. She's been awesome. And then also her staff that you all know very well. They include Mary Blythe Chipman, right here. Carol Peake, our ceramics instructor. Terry Hatchell, I don't know if Terry's here, he's our woodworking instructor. Carol Peake, I think I said Carol Peake again. Let's give her another applause. And then Moses Hernandez, who is our custodian, and Colin Messier, who is our clerk. Please give them a round of applause. They worked so hard. And I can't tell you how sincerely appreciative I am of how hard you guys have worked in the past 2 weeks. I know it was a lot, and I sincerely appreciate that, each of you. I would also like to thank our Parks Maintenance Division for their assistance in moving all of our equipment, furniture, and more to this new facility, and the assistance that they provided during the transition. Specifically, Darren Bauckham, Logan, and Jackie Stegall helped us tremendously yesterday to get the facility ready to go. As you tour the facility, you will notice several paintings and pieces from the Ellen Fitzgerald Senior Center tying the former facility that served the community so well for so many years to the present facility that many will enjoy for years to come. The art pieces were created by current and former members and honor their contribution and participation in this facility. Our Recreation Advisory Board also played a critical role in the completion of this project, and I would like to express our department's gratitude for their support. Our members include Tiffany Wilson, I don't know if she's here, John Thomason, and Debbie Dillion. So we appreciate their assistance, and please give them a round of applause. I would also like to sincerely take the time to thank our City Council for their support of all our Parks and Recreation programs and their vision as it relates to the needs of not only our senior citizens, but our community as a whole. Here today we have Mayor Marion Holloway, Councilmember James Carr, Councilmember Julie Thompson, and Councilmember Lynn Keziah. And if I missed anyone, I don't think I did. I think we're good. And also, last but not least, I'd like to thank our city manager for his guidance and support through this entire process. I very much appreciate your assistance. Thank you so much. I'd also like to introduce our city manager, Mark Watson, for some remarks and a further welcome to our newest facility.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is an exciting day. You know, if you think about it, every building that is built for a purpose. If you think about it, if you're talking about a library, it has a purpose. A church, it has a purpose. A bank, it has a purpose. They all have a purpose. When this building was built originally, it was a newspaper office. This is where the newspaper was written, a lot of creative writing, a lot of editorializing, and this is where the newspaper was printed. And for years and years and years, this is where the community received its news, was from this building. By show of hands, how many of you had the pleasure or the opportunity to visit the Enquirer Journal when it was operating out of this building? So quite a few of you. So you know, I mean, what the building looked like back in that day. So as things happen and progress happens, the newspaper's business model changed, and they moved from this facility, and it sat vacant for years. And everybody wanted to know what's going to happen to the EJ building. A lot of folks eyed it for a lot of different purposes, right? Until one day, when city staff and city council had a vision for this building and this property. And a new purpose was created, okay? And I have had the pleasure over the last couple of years watching the transformation of this building from a fairly unique perspective. From the high rise across the street on the ninth floor, my office, I could see every day the changes that were taking place in this building. Windows were being added. You know, the building was being expanded. You know, the parking lot was being put in. Lots of I mean, it's hard to even remember what the parking lot used to look like out here compared to what it looks like today. It's so nice. And I thought the windows along the side of this building were going to be a fantastic addition. But I want to tell you something. For those of you who have not been in this building yet and had the opportunity, I want you to, when you take your tour, I want you to go over on this side of the building into these activity rooms and look through those windows at Downtown Monroe. It is quite a sight. It is a vantage point that we don't get to see that often. So new building, new vision, new purpose to serve this community, and a very special group of folks. If you think about it, this building will be serving just about every demographic within the city of Monroe. It'll be a very special place. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you, City Council, for your vision and for repurposing this building into something that everyone is going to be proud of. With that, Meredith Holloway, would you please come up and I know you have a few words to say. Mayor Meredith Holloway.
Thank you, Manager Mark. Thank you, everyone, for coming out this morning. What an honor it is to honor such an honorable person as Phil Bazemore. I knew Phil back when I was in my commercial banking days, and I was telling his daughter, if he told you he was going to do something on Wednesday, get there early because he was going to show up and do it. What a pleasure it was to know your father. But of all the persons in this room other than family, probably the person that you feel the most was Lynn Kazar, Councilman Kazar. So, Lynn, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Mayor. I get to talk about somebody that turned out to be my best friend, Phil Bazemore. We served on the City Council together for 30 years. There was nobody that was more of a visionary than Phil Bazemore. If we had a problem in Washington, D.C., we didn't send Lynn Kazar, we sent Phil Bazemore. If we had an issue in Raleigh, we sent Phil Bazemore. He was respected. He loved this city. He loved kids. I'll never forget, I had breakfast one morning with Phil, and he looked at me and he said, if we don't get them early, Lynn, we lose them. Well, I knew what he's talking about. I said, what are you talking about, Phil? He said, pre-K. I said, what do you think we ought to do? I think we ought to build a new building for them. Well, the next council meeting, we approved it and we built it. And it is in Winchester and still a first-class building. I honest to goodness think that we're where we're at today in this city Bill Bazemore had a lot to do with it. And it's my honor to have a chance to say a few words about him, and also would like to recognize his daughter, Anna. Would you like to say something?
Sure. Thank you. So I thought I would be fine, but hearing from the two of you has made me tear up a little bit. But I just wanted to let you know how appreciative I am. I've got my husband in the back, Terry, my daughter, Camilla, and my father loved Monroe, loved Union County, was so committed and just had a tremendous vision for what it could and should be. And you know, he fought the good fight with his best buddy here, Lynn Keziah, and I didn't think I'd be emotional about it, but I am, and I'm just so grateful that you would honor his legacy and that this will be a place for people to enjoy for many, many years to come. Thank you.
Very special tribute, and it's an honor for us to serve the community in his name, this building. Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to open up to anyone else that would like to say any words and have an opportunity to say anything.
Good morning. Despite the weather, this is an extraordinary day, and that is my point, that a building that was fairly ordinary has become extraordinary. And I encourage you on a day when it's not quite so wet outside to truly walk the facility, to look at the park, which is truly not just a parking lot, but a park to be enjoyed, and look at a building that, as we have already said, now has a new purpose. Most areas have age delimiters. We're excited to be 16. We're excited to be 21. In Monroe, you're going to be excited to be 55.
Praise the Lord.
Thank you to everybody, every single person that made this happen. And thank you all for being here today.
Good morning as well. I hope everyone's dry. I know I am semi. I just want to say thank you to everyone past, present, and going forward who will be a part of this facility. I had the pleasure to meet Mr. Bazemore, and I'll never forget it. I'll just leave it at that. And he made an impression upon me, and I did not have the pleasure of knowing him nearly as long as a lot of you. But it's a pleasure to be a part of this opening today. This is a great day for Monroe, a great day for all of our citizens. I won't try to name everyone because I don't know everyone who had a part of it, but I know that many did. So thanks to everyone who worked so hard, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much, Councilman Thompson. At this time, the moment we've all been waiting for, the actual ribbon cutting. Don't sit down yet. I was going to invite the council that are here to come behind the ribbon. And I've got these special ribbon cutting scissors. I use them just during the normal day. We'll cut this ribbon, and then after the ribbon cutting, I would invite everybody to kind of go back through the breezeway into our multi-purpose room that we rent out. So you get the full experience of the building. We're very excited about this facility, and I appreciate everyone that had a hand in it. So thank you all.